The Village of Tranquility. In a serene valley cradled by majestic mountains lay the Village of Tranquility. It was a place where the air was fragrant with blooming lotuses and the rivers sang soothing melodies as they flowed through the land. Among the villagers lived a humble bamboo craftsman named Ananda. His hands were nimble and his spirit gentle, but he was often troubled. He longed for something more than his simple life of crafting bamboo into beautiful items. He sought wisdom beyond mere existence. One day, while wandering through the dense forest, Ananda stumbled upon an ancient monastery, half hidden behind the thick ivy and tall trees. Curious, he entered and found himself mesmerized by the tranquil atmosphere. Monks roamed the courtyard, their movements fluid and serene, as if they were a part of the very air around them. They radiated peace, and Ananda yearned to discover their secret. As the sun set and painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, Ananda approached the head monk, a wise elder named Saman. Bowing respectfully, he asked, "Master, how do you attain such harmony and tranquility? What is the secret to a fulfilled life?" Saman smiled gently, recognizing the yearning in Ananda's heart. "Ah, young one, to find peace, you must first understand the whispers of your own mind, for it is an intricate conduit that connects your inner self with the world outside." Intrigued, Ananda spent the following days at the monastery, learning about the nature of the mind. Alongside other seekers, he meditated, practiced mindfulness, and engaged in deep discussions. Ananda discovered that our subconscious mind often shapes beliefs and feelings that govern our actions and reactions. The trials of the mind. A turning point came when Saman invited Ananda to attend a special gathering under the full moon. "Tonight, we will explore the power of our subconscious mind," Saman announced. Ananda listened attentively as the monk explained how humans often carry unrecognized memories and emotions. These, he said, could create barriers to happiness and fulfillment. Saman shared a story to illustrate his point. Once, there was a young man named Kiran who lived in a neighboring village. He always aspired to be a poet, but he never dared to share his words with others. Deep down, however, his childhood was filled with criticism. His father had often belittled his dreams. As he grew, Kiran carried the weight of these old beliefs, which became a part of his subconscious. Even as an adult, he feared judgment and rejection, stifling his creativity. Ananda listened intently, finding echoes of Kiran's experience within his own life. He remembered moments where he had silenced his dreams, feeling unworthy. Despite Kiran's pain, he eventually met an elderly woman named Leela, who recognized his talent. With her encouragement, Kiran began to embrace his craft. Through her nurturing, he confronted his subconscious fears, and slowly, like a flower opening to the sun, he began to share his work. With time, the young man learned that the harsh words of his father were not the truth of his being. He transformed his pain into beautiful verses that resonated with many. Today he is celebrated as a great poet not because of external validation, but because he embraced his own worth. Saman concluded, his voice resonating in the night. The journey within inspired. Ananda realized that he too had obstacles to overcome. With a newfound perspective, he reflected on his past, examining the silent beliefs that haunted him. He returned to the monastery every night, meditating deeply on his fears and insecurities. One evening, while sitting beneath an ancient banyan tree, he closed his eyes and listened to the whispers of his heart. Slowly, memories emerged, the feeling of not being enough, the fear of failure, and the doubt that clouded his spirit. As he embraced these feelings, he understood they were mere thoughts, often reflections of others' expectations imposed on him from a young age. Determined to break these chains, Ananda decided to visualize the life he desired. Each day in his meditations, he would see himself as a master craftsman, creating bamboo wonders that brought joy and beauty to others. He imagined the smiles of those who would appreciate his work, filling him with warmth and purpose. Days turned into weeks, and each session of visualization brought him closer to his true self. Though doubts occasionally surfaced, Ananda learned to observe them with detachment, acknowledging their presence without allowing them to dictate his feelings or actions. The transformation life began to shift for Ananda. Inspired by his practice, he dedicated himself to crafting bamboo as an art form. He experimented with various designs, pouring love and compassion into each piece. Whether a delicate bamboo flute or a sturdy chair, Ananda transformed his creations into expressions of his awakened spirit. News of his exquisite crafts spread through the village of tranquility and beyond. Locals and travelers visited, drawn by the beauty and energy emanating from Ananda's work. With each creation, he built a connection with those who appreciated his art, fulfilling a deep yearning to share his gifts with the world. One day, a merchant from a distant land arrived at Ananda's workshop. Seeing the intricacies in Ananda's pieces, the merchant offered to showcase them at a grand festival. Ananda felt a rush of excitement and fear simultaneously. The part of him that longed for recognition battled with old fears of inadequacy. Remembering Saman's teachings, he took a deep breath, grounding himself in the present moment. "I will share my work, not for validation, but to spread joy," he resolved. When the festival day arrived, Ananda proudly presented his crafts, and they were met with admiration and awe. The ripple effect. As the festival came to an end, Ananda was approached by Kiran, the poet whose story had inspired him. Kiran was captivated by Ananda's work and invited him to collaborate on a project, combining poetry and bamboo art. Together, they envisioned a collection that spoke of nature, life, and the human experience. In the days that followed, they worked harmoniously, weaving verses and art into something beautiful. Ananda's bamboo creations adorned the pages of Kiran's poetry book, which resonated with readers far and wide. The two men became friends and partners, sharing their journeys of healing and self-discovery. As time passed, Ananda not only became a renowned craftsman, but also a teacher, sharing his story and the lessons he had learned at the monastery. He opened a small center in the village of tranquility, inviting others to explore their inner landscapes, to confront their fears, and to embrace the beauty of their subconscious. The legacy of the whispering bamboo years. Later, as Ananda sat beneath the same banyan tree where he once confronted his fears, he reflected on how far he had come. His crafts had become a symbol of resilience and transformation, and his center was a haven for those seeking to unlock their potential. One evening, Saman visited the center, now a thriving hub of creativity and mindfulness. Ananda welcomed him with gratitude, sharing his journey and achievements. "Master, your teachings have been a guiding light in my life," Ananda expressed. Saman smiled. "But remember, my young friend, the power was always within you. The subconscious is like bamboo. It can either bend and flourish or break under pressure. You chose to bend gracefully, embracing your true self." With these words, Ananda understood the depth of his journey. His subconscious mind, once a reservoir of limiting beliefs, had become a fertile ground for creativity and joy. It was not merely a matter of overcoming fear, but of nurturing his true essence, manifesting through his craft, his teachings, and his connections with others. As twilight descended across the valley, Ananda realized he had transformed not only his own life, but the lives of many others. His story echoed the journey from darkness to light, a testament to how understanding and embracing our subconscious can shape our reality. The endless journey years passed, and the village of tranquility continued to flourish. Ananda grew older, but he remained vibrant in spirit, inspiring countless individuals to explore the depths of their minds. He often reminded his students that the path to enlightenment and fulfillment was a lifelong journey, one that begins with self-awareness and the willingness to confront the whispers of the subconscious. And so, the legacy of Ananda and the whispering bamboo echoed in the hearts of all who sought a deeper understanding of themselves. For in the dance between the conscious and subconscious minds lies the power to shape one's reality, to transform fear into creativity, and to blossom into a life of fulfillment and joy. The journey to self-discovery begins with listening to the whispers of our own mind. Like the bamboo that bends but never breaks, our subconscious holds both our deepest fears and our greatest potential. Embrace it, shape it, and let it guide you toward a life of purpose and peace. Keep seeking, keep growing, and remember, true transformation starts from within. Thank you for joining us on this journey of wisdom and transformation. If this story resonated with you, remember, true change begins from within. Stay mindful, stay inspired, and keep exploring the depths of your potential. Subscribe for more enlightening stories, and let's walk this path together.